This time last year, I'd walk up this exact street crippling an anxiety that I felt everyone was watching me. No eye contact was made and I wouldn't talk to anyone as I was so scared I'd get embarrassed and everyone would laugh at me. I would rush straight up these stairs and go into the library so I could isolate myself from any social interaction. And when I was in class, I would position myself right at the back so the teacher couldn't ask me any questions and I would avoid any conversations with students I wasn't familiar with. Now fast forward to now, I have made several 1-minute podcasts for my YouTube where I interview random strangers and students and talk about random stuff. I have filmed social challenge videos where I step outside of my comfort zone and speak to random strangers. I've been more free and open to talk in class discussions. Even if I'm wrong, I'd still say what I want. And I've made so many new friends along the way. Here are the main ways I overcame my barriers to social confidence and how anyone watching this video can do the same. Step 1. Get the reps in. Social confidence is a skill that can be continuously developed until the day of your funeral. Simply, the more people you speak to, the more confident you'll become in social situations. And it will take time to develop this social confidence. So sorry to shatter your ego, but you're not going to become a social animal immediately. Bearing this in mind, you should definitely start small and build it from there. For example, when I first started talking to strangers, I wouldn't have a full-blown 20-minute conversation with a random guy on the street discussing the economic, political, environmental climate of the UK. Instead, it will start with the basics, the really simple stuff, like saying hi to a shop assistant. Then it will maybe be smiling at a stranger, then telling my teacher to have a nice day. Then it developed to me talking to people in the gym, asking what they're working out. Then it was speaking in class discussions and so on and so on. As I did each small improvement, it slowly built up and my social confidence started to really build up. Let's use another example to put this into perspective. So about 5 years ago, I was playing the drums. I was grade 5, I was becoming the best rock star in the UK until I broke my wrist from too much. Nah, I'm joking. The more drum practice I did, the better at drums I became. And the better at drums I became, the more confident I got. I'm sure lots of you watching this probably have played an instrument like the piano or the guitar, and you've probably seen the same with yourself. So let's do this with your social confidence. The more social interactions you engage yourself in, the more socially confident you'll become. I've put some examples all over the screen now, which you can use, so save them and write them down. This is what I used when I was at the low stages, when I was really down here. The second step is once you start to take action, remove the label of introvert. Now, I used to label myself an introvert just so I could have a decent excuse not to talk to people. But in reality, I had a burning desire inside of me that really wanted to make friends and talk to strangers. I used that label as a coping mechanism just because I was shy and afraid of a few uncomfortable situations. It really limited the growth of my social confidence. This is called the labeling effect, something I learned in sociology class last year, and I'm sure many of you are aware of this. So I'm going to explain it to you in terms so simple that even a 3-year-old iPad kid would understand. In the past 3 days, Jimmy has been late to class. One day the teacher notices this and tells Jimmy he is dumb and lazy as he is always late. After the teacher constantly telling him he is dumb and lazy, he starts to believe he is dumb and lazy. And now as everyone in the class and the teacher treats Jimmy like he's dumb and lazy, he becomes dumb and lazy. He internalizes the label. Now imagine the same scenario with Jimmy, but if his teacher told him he was confident and amazing at making friends. Jimmy would be riding the wave right now. So instead of this negative labeling, we can use positive labeling, which is called the halo effect, to reinforce our actions and to become more like what we want to be. Honestly, I don't care if you label yourself an introvert, an extrovert, a tarantula, a monkey, or a flipping orangutan. It's a bit mad nowadays. And I understand what the term introvert means, but I feel like loads of people use this label as an excuse not to talk to people, when some of the times they really want to, but they're just shy. They're just a bit afraid of this uncomfortable situation, so they say they're an introvert so they don't have to engage in this uncomfortable task. So I want you to completely remove that label you have for yourself. Suck it up and throw it away. Instead, I want you to label yourself a confident motherfucker or a confident person. I want you to close your eyes. Come on, do it with me. You there? Good. Imagine yourself walking into work or school or the gym, into that room, and you have a golden glow around you. You feel confident in every step you take. You're able to talk to whoever you want because you're not socially anxious and you have the confidence to do so. You are not scared of other people's opinions or what other people have to say because you are at one with yourself. You have a great group of friends that lift you up as an individual and help you become a better person. You're wearing an outfit that you chose for yourself, and if people don't like it, Who cares? It's your outfit. You're owning that. Now open your eyes. Doesn't that feel amazing? Now we can easily turn this into reality for you. You're already ahead of the 99% of people that clicked off because their attention span is so ridiculed they can't watch 10 seconds of a YouTube video. You're doing great. Now this brings us on to our final point, which is more of a realization, but people don't care about you or what you do. This might seem like a needle in your heart. Of course your family and friends care about you, but do you remember at the start of the video where I was walking up the street telling my story and everyone was probably staring at me? They probably looked at me for about 1 or 2 minutes, they were maybe a bit confused, but now they're back onto their conversations, talking about Minecraft or Roblox or their new makeup routine. They don't care that much as you think. When I first started my 1-minute podcast in college, I was expecting everybody to walk past and stare at me and laugh. In reality, they walked past it, they were having a normal day. Like, look at this box full of dots, but imagine there's 8 billion dots instead of, I don't know, 192. At the end of the day, each dot has their own lives. So this person has their own friends, their own thoughts, their own mum telling them to stop weeing on their toilet seat, and 100,000,001 other thoughts. So if you think they're thinking about you, in reality they're not, because they have their own life to worry about. I was thinking about this concept the other day as I was walking past a coffee shop with my friend Jason, and I saw a pretty girl in the window. I was about to walk in, but then I stopped at the door. I saw loads of other people in the coffee shop, and I thought I'd get embarrassed so everyone would laugh at me if I walked in. Let's not do this, I thought to myself. That's what I'd say if I was a pussy. I walked in, talked to her for a while. It turns out she was 30 as I tried to get her number. But 30. But at least I had the confidence to go up there. Then as I left the shop, I didn't even think about the other people in there. They probably didn't even think about me. I felt beautiful. I felt alive. So keep this in mind when you think about starting something new or think about doing something that's a bit out of the box that people will judge you for. Because trust me, they won't judge you. Now, before we finish the video, here's something that my dad told me the other day. If you aren't on the field, you can't win the game. And I know that sounds dumb, but hear me out. In this sense, social confidence is the game, the skill you want to develop, and the field is social situations. So in order to become socially confident, you need to get yourself in social situations. So by watching this video and not taking actions on the steps I provided, there's no way your social confidence is going to increase. You're better off just watching fucking Peppa Pig or keeping up with the Kardashians. But if you do take action on this video and follow the steps, you'll be ahead of 99% of these introverts, and you'll become more socially confident, build more friends, become comfortable with yourself, and reduce this crippling anxiety you have when you see other humans. So that's it for today. Actually, I've got one more thing. And a final tip you can do is use your friends to keep you accountable, if you have any, and to help develop your confidence. Sam, do you want to just tell them what you used to do with me?
See, Amani used to be quite introverted. Used to be a little shy guy. So, in like a respectful friend way, you kind of just got to be a prick to them. You kind of got to test them as a person. So I was like, I poke fun at Amani in a friendly way, and I would tell him it was a friendly way, but not really, because if he knew it was a friendly way, he wouldn't have built from it. And at the start, he would just take it and sit there and look like he was going to go home and cry. And I felt like a bad person, but obviously, as it progressed, he started actually speaking back. He started learning to like stand up for himself, instead of just sitting there and actually looking like he wanted to go home and kill himself. Because he had that quite a lot. Like I'd look at him and be like, fuck, am I doing the wrong thing here? But he slowly progressed, and now if I call him a little bitch, I don't think he'll actually act like one anymore. And I'm proud of that.
Breeds progress.
Success.
Bye, guys.
Bye, puppy.